What's up, Dragon Brood? Several of you seem to have really wanted to see a blue-green version of Elves as opposed to just the mostly green version, though that had some red and white in it. We're going to go ahead and try this one. And I'm going to be upfront with you. I tried coming up with a bunch of different lists, and it took me a while to land on a version that really seems like it works. But I think this is the one that should do it for you. So we're starting at the top with 4 Llanowar Elves, because you're not going to not play Llanowar Elves in this type of deck for sure. We have a couple of Ghost Vacuums, because you do want some things to do with the graveyard when we're playing on the best of 1 ladder. We have Dwynen's Elite, obviously, to make some extra bodies. 2 copies of Lissalana Dignitary. I don't know how often we're going to get mana out of this, but worst case scenario, it's a 2-3. Woodland Weavemaster. This was very good in our other version of Elves, so I expect it's still going to be very good in this one. 2 copies of Elrond Moonreader, so a way for us to draw cards potentially. And I guess we could flicker like Dwynen's Elite or something and get those to go off again, but we'll see how things work out. A couple of copies of Archdruid's Charm, and I'm playing these as a way to obviously get rid of artifacts and enchantments, but also a random fight spell if we need it. It's just kind of like a catch-all doing a few different things here. We have 3 copies of Down in the Valley, and I'm just giving this a go. I've seen some other people play it, and some seem to like it, some seem to not like it. We'll see how it goes for us. We have a full set of Archdruid's Charm, 2 Formidable Speakers, so we could go find either Archdruid's Charm or maybe one of the other legends. Speaking of which, we have a couple copies of Tyvar the Pummeler, which is probably going to be how we win the majority of our games. 1 copy of Thranduil's Company. I don't think we're going to get to play an extra land that often, but putting 2 counters on something could be pretty good. And then Thranduil, Sindarian Liege, and this is actually pretty good because it's a 2-3. It does cost 4, mind you, but it does pump up all of our other elves, so I don't mind that. I don't know how often we'll use the mill and put some lands into our hand, but we'll see how it works out. 3 copies of Cantankerous Keepers, just as a way to keep our hand full. And we're playing 2 copies of Repulsive Mutation for a couple of reasons. 1, for 2 mana, it's still a pretty reasonable counter against a lot of things. But if we get to put counters on something like Weavemaster, that gets us more mana. Or even putting it on Tyvar just sets us up for a big kill, right? So we're going to see how it works out. But overall, should be good for us. Quick reminder, if you want to save yourself some money, if you want to get some free money to spend on Magic, and you want to check out one of the best optimizers to find cards at the cheapest price for the fewest packages, check out our friends over at ManaPool.com. All you got to do is go to the link that's in the description or in the pinned comment. It'll take you right there, get you set up, and you'll enjoy it. If you're not shopping there, I don't know why you're not. Seriously, it's a good website. Go check it out. I don't love having just a Dwynen's Elite that's not going to do much, but yeah. Maybe we'll draw like an Llanowar Elf or a Weaver or something. And then maybe we don't. We'll find out. Let's go ahead and just play a Ghost Vacuum. Okay. Alright, well, I'll only Dwynen's Elite. Because what else are we going to do? Do we need Cavern of Souls here? So we can resolve our elves? Yeah, we're not resolving an elf without a Cavern of Souls, are we? Oh, they're just going to remove the Dwynen's Elite? Wow, aggressive, but sure. Let's keep spells out of their graveyards while we can. Lessons in particular. Well, there's the Cavern of Souls. I just don't know if it's going to matter. We got to play it anyway. We can't just not do anything. Though, if for some reason Tyvar does live, well, we still wouldn't have enough. I was going to say Cantankerous, we still need another elf out. I mean, right now, we just need an elf at all so we could regenerate Tyvar. That'd be the game plan. Alright. That will help. Along with Archdruid's Charm, so that's kind of nice. Alright, in the turn. Tablets. Yes. They haven't played a land yet, though, have they? I guess I could have removed the tablet before they got the card. That would have been smarter. Because now they have priority to play something before we could do a thing about it. So, yeah, that was a little sloppy. With the ability on the stack, I should have got rid of the tablet. I would have left them with 2 less, unless they just had an instant to use right then, obviously. But here's what it is. Made the mistake. Now we got to deal with the best of it. Oh, absolutely. Oh, we're getting clobbered because of that decision now. Let's exile that. Let's regenerate Tyvar, or give it indestructible, not really regenerate. All right, and we'll get rid of the Land of Werewolf. Feels like that was the best scenario, making up for our mistake, but that was a pretty rough mistake. Wow. All right, we drew the land we needed, I guess. And we only get, oh, we get 2 elves. For a second, I thought we're only going to get 1 elf. Boo. All right, end the turn. All right, what you got, opponent? Gonna just exile our Tyvar? Yeah, not a surprise. I expected something like that would happen. Man, this is tough. If we would have just made that one play, I think, I don't know if 1 more mana would have made that big a difference. Maybe. Who knows? All right. Opponent is at 12. We could attack them down to 7. They sweep the board. I don't know what this looks like after that. Nope. Looks like we're not even going to get that. That Archdruid's going to go the way of the dodo. Man, this is where I really wish we had one of our counters. Tough. And all of our stuff's just been exiled, too. We don't even have anything in the yard to take advantage of the Ghost Vacuum. I guess we're going to have to do some work with the bossing, say? I mean, I'm not sure what else we're going to do. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. If we just... Oh, wait. I have to pay because I don't have other elves. Dang it. I should have just attacked for 2. Wasn't even thinking about that. Opponent's looking at the yard. I just have a strategic betrayal. Would you like to flash that back? Nope. Okay, we got another Tyvar. I don't think it's necessarily going to stick, but we got another Tyvar. Wow, did it tap both Caverner Souls? This, like, for real can't be countered. Alright. In the turn. Mostly so we can try to max protect our Tyvar. They probably have another inevitable defeat or whatever, but if they do, they do. You know, what are we going to do about it? Together as one to get rid of Tyvar. Wait. Okay, sure, that makes sense. Alright. Oh, no. Cancel. No, let's go to our graveyard. And let's get Cantankerous Keepers. Alright. Opponents only gonna have 3 mana. What can we go get here? We can go get one of our elves that pumps. I'm gonna go search for something. I don't know what. Let's go search. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. Thranduil 2/3 pumps Tyvar. Tyvar could just be a 6. Yeah, maybe just the keepers. which kind of sucks, but just to make sure we have some cards so we can do a thing. We have 42 cards left, so that isn't so much of a concern. All right. Play the keepers for way too much. All right. Guess we'll play Weaver. I mean, next turn, really, we're going to have to try to surprise the opponent and draw our counterspell. I think that's our only legit out. Without that, I don't think we have a real path to victory. But, you know, you never know. Unfortunately, we don't have any haste creatures or anything, which is a bit disappointing. Let's go to our graveyard, since they don't look like they are that type of deck. Oh, are they going to get rid of our Ghost Vacuum? Oh, they're going to flash that back. Yeah, it's fine. Sure. How much do you want to spend on it? I mean, we're just doing what we can. Just trying to hang in there. I mean, if they pay for just 2 damage, that's not enough. So they want to pay at least for 3. So that's going to be 5 they have to spend. So they're going to inevitable defeat. Sure. All right. Can we deal 5 from here? Yes, we can. All right, cool. Woo. Man, that was a grind to get through that game. Oh my goodness. Just look at everything we had to deal with. And part of it was because we made a mistake with the tablet, but yeah, this was tough. Getting rid of that tablet made a big difference, though. It slowed the opponent down. But man, that was a fight. There, though, we could have either just bossing Said attack, we could have used the Ghost Vacuum, get some guys, get an Archdruid. So we had a bunch of outs there once we were in that situation. But man, that was tough. Ooh, okay. Well, I seem to be good at getting these Dwynen's Elites with no support. Oh, of course, there's Line of World now. Let's go get in. Well, I guess we're just gonna play the elf, the Llanowar Elf. Pass the turn. All right, they didn't have a Requiting Hex, so that's something. I mean, they probably have some other kill spells, but hey, they didn't have that one there, so that's fine. And they just took the damage for that. That's interesting. Okay. I guess I could have waited on this, actually. Decline. Alright, well, I guess we'll just have Dwynen Elites by themselves, since we're bad at drawing lands. Unstoppable Slasher, you got it. Pass. We're going to try to take our time if we can with the Archdruid's Charm. All right, another Slasher, sure. Not our favorite. All right. Ugh, Llanowar Elf. That is not what we wanted to see. Oh, gosh. What does this need to look like? All right, well, I think our play is just play the Archdruid, hope it lives. If not, we're probably dead. And I'm pretty sure playing black, they have a way to get rid of it. Unless they just, like, play a room here or something. All right, we can get rid of 1 at least. That's fine. I thought it was just going to be, we were ready to just concede. But we'd have been out of it. But this is fine. Not great, but fine. Okay, that actually kind of helps here. So, could I play Ghost Vacuum? Okay, all right. This could kind of work. So if the opponent goes to try to kill the Archdruid, we use the Archdruid to fight down an Unstoppable Slasher. The one that goes to the yard, we respond with it on the stack and remove it with the Ghost Vacuum. Then we can play Thranduil's Company and hope for the best? I don't know. But we'll figure that out. Actually, no. We'll put the counter on the Llanowar Elf since it'll still be around. And then with that ability on the stack, we would like to remove a Slasher. Alright. Feels like we did a little bit of something. I don't know how much, but, you know, some's better than none, I guess. Alright. And if push comes to shove, I guess we can just keep removing elves from our graveyard. Day of Black Sun. Sure. Alright. Nothing else in their yard to worry about. So opponent's just playing straight up black removal is what their deck is. Okay, well. Thranduil's Company. And more elves. Pass the turn. Alright. Requiting Hex. Yeah, you got it. He gone. Also, we get Unstoppable Slashers of our own if the opponent's not careful. Now, the thing we do have to be worried about is they're playing Day of Black Sun. They played one, they've discarded one. So, don't totally know what that means just yet. Yeah. And I should have done that first and then put the counter on that, but it is fine. We will figure it out next turn. Alright, more Unstoppable Slashers. Sure, opponent. Alright. This is such a silly game, man. Alrighty, let's... I'm just gonna... Do I even take 2 here? I think I'm supposed to. Alright. And then we'll go attacking. Alright, opponent goes to 10. We're going to turn another land on. In the turn. You have a Bloodletter. Sure. We block and block. Because that seems reasonable. Actually, if we block with the land, we remove one, we get the land back, we get to put counters on something, and then we have a bunch of lethal attackers. Well, we have 2 lethal attackers that they have to block. Alright, I'm down for that. Let's block like that. Alright. There's so much happening right now. Target you. Enter tapped. Target you. Get rid of the slasher. Do these make... Oh, they're spirits, but they don't fly. Okay, well, what a bummer. Oh, should have put it on the Archdruid because it gets haste. Or vigilance, I mean. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn a land on, just because. Just to be on the safe side. Did we weather the storm? Maybe? Alright, cool. Woo. And they had a third day of Black Sun. So our opponent literally only played removal, Bloodletter of Aclazotz, and Slashers over a game that lasted, what is that, 8 turns or so? Like, that's crazy. But and mono black decks are like that sometimes. But the fact that the elves could hold up to that, and we didn't find, I think we found one fight spell, we found none of our counters, still were able to get there. That's actually pretty impressive. All right, I have some Dwynen's. We did draw down in the valley, though. But man, when you have these Dwynen's elites with nothing, it always feels bad. But we'll see what we can do. We'll start with the forest. Oh. We're going to need to get rid of graveyards because they're going to bounce a bajillion things to our hand, I bet. Man, why couldn't we had a Llanowar Elf turn 1? And that would have been huge for this game. Yeah, that's all it is. This is just Spellementals. Alright, well. Get down an Archdruid while we can and see if we can get enough damage in. And we're just going to have to do as much as we can next turn, I think. Okay, that helps. Dwynen's elites. If I tap for 4... Trying to debate if, like, we'll get to see Elrond this game. It's part of what this is about. Do we want to Elrond? I mean, if they have a counter, then we Ghost Vacuum. I guess it's fine. All right. Let's Elrond it up. Then we'll Ghost Vacuum. Is this getting countered? Dang it, they had a Spell Pierce, and I'm out of mana. Alright, well, that could be the difference in the game. Oh, I should have played the Cantankerous Keepers. Gosh dang it. I'm just playing sloppy. Alright, well, if they tap down 2 things, how much can we attack for? 3, 4, 5, 6? We pretty much have to draw, like... Oh, well, it didn't matter anyway. My thought was that if we just drew Tyvar, then we could just play Tyvar. If they go to tap stuff, we just pump everything and we still attack for lethal. So we still had outs, but I wasn't aware, I wasn't paying attention that we had 1 mana left after we had tried to cast the vacuum. So I probably should have played the Cantankerous Keepers. But also, we should have played the vacuum first. Not even just because of Spell Pierce, but any of the spells that make you pay 2 more, 3 more. We would have been able to pay for it with the Archdruid. And that would have made sure they don't have spells in the graveyard to cast their stuff cheaply. Turns out, didn't matter anyway, so we got a little bit lucky. Oh boy. This is going to be tough. I don't even know if I should keep this, really. I'm probably supposed to mulligan this in. Aunt May, so some life gain shenanigans of some variety. Yeah, I'll just show you the Tyvar we're going to try to cast next turn anyway. Oh, so this is Lessons most likely. Oh, no. Gwen Stacy with a disenchant. All right, that's some good information to have, I suppose. Pass the turn. I can also discard an elf to Speaker so that we have access to more mana. That's a thing. Sure, you have a practice offense. Oh, here's another opponent that doesn't know how Tyvar and Indestructible works. I mean, thanks and all, but... This is the stuff that I can't say have ever happened in a tournament, or if so, it's so rare I don't remember. but definitely happens on the ladder with a weird amount of frequency. It's Formidable Speaker. Discard a Llanowar Elf. Go get Archdruid. Play Druid. Attack. Oops. Attack for 4. Alright, that is going to do it. All that being said, even if the opponent hadn't attacked there, I don't know if the rest of their hand really mattered all that much. And if they didn't have a way to get rid of stuff, we were about to be in the driver's seat. So, I don't know. But that attack really kind of skewed that game. So that's one that, it's a win, but you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Okay. We'll keep it. We have a Weave Master. We found some of the blue cards this game. Not a lot happening. Actually, I probably should have mulliganed this in hindsight. It's not great. Alright, they didn't kill the lore Weave Master immediately. Not to say it doesn't just die here, but okay, well. What are we doing, opponent, if you're not destroying my stuff? I mean, I guess we go attacking? I mean, what else are we supposed to do here? I probably want to get something with bigger than 3 toughness, right? Alright, let's go for Thranduil's Company. Let's get countered. I mean, if it does, I totally understand. It makes sense. Alright, Quincha, fair enough. I just figured we had to do something. I didn't feel good just sitting there. That didn't feel like the right play at all. No, there's a tablet. Great. Alright. We are going to... dang it. I need all my mana. Because we want to leave mana up for the mutation. So, just attack, sadly. Tap for green. For green, play Archdruid. In the turn. It doesn't look suspicious or anything. Not a particularly great draw, but we're going to try to make the most out of it. Alright. They can cast that. Alright, so now it means they're definitely going to have mana for a, what's that thing? Jeskai Revelation next turn. But we can tap for 3, pump these, attack, then we'll have 4 mana, play an Elrond maybe? I don't know, let's see. Could we get away with just playing the Cantankerous Keepers here also? No, let's attack first. 4, we attack for 7. I'm just trying to think how much mana we have left after the fact, right? Like, if we let that go, we play Keepers, this has 5, we could play Elrond, or if we attack with both, we'll have 4. Yeah, we'll have... no. Yeah, we'll be able to do it anyway. So Llanowar Elf can get in there. Sorry, y'all, just doing a bunch of math here, because there's a lot of things happening. This might be the last turn of the game. And I'm trying to do this in the event that... oh, well, now Tyvar is just the better option. All right. In the event they have some type of... something like we're thinking, you know, like the Jeskai Revelation, they can only stop 2 things. If they have a sweeper, then we try to just counter with mutation. Yeah, we go for it. Pay 0, but that's fine. And no impulse for you, and that should be game. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of some way, like, I guess they could have had, like, Avengers disassemble, then we have to, like, regenerate Tyvar and try to attack with just Tyvar next turn. I guess that could have been the downside, but even then, that still is reasonable with the opponent at 8. But yeah, got a good win against a pretty popular deck. This is just becoming a meme at this point of how often I've drawn the Twinen's Elite to play on turn 2 with nothing else. I mean, admittedly, here we at least have, like, Weaver or whatever, but... which I think we're going to do. And then if Weaver dies, we have Dignitary, so, you know, it's something. Intriguing. So you're just going to let me have that. Why do I think our board's just going to get swept next turn? Feels like that type of situation. I guess in for a penny, in for a pound? Is that just what we're looking at here? I mean, you know. Sure. Play the Dignitary. Since now, there are creatures in the graveyard. Nope. Tablet, sure. Whoa, artist talent. So we're going for real lessons on this one. Okay. Is there a world where I play this, go get Tyvar? That might be the best plan. Ooh, what are we discarding, actually? Probably Archdruid, which is crazy, but Cantankerous just has more value. We'll go get Tyvar, wherever you are. There's one. So we'll play Tyvar. So we can attack for 3. Then we'll play the Keepers. Hopefully put some elves in hand. Oh, another Tyvar. Gosh dang it. All right. Well, that didn't really work out, did it? We might just only be left with the Tyvar here. Artist talent, sure. Man, that is bad. With the number of elves we have in this deck, that's a rough beat, let me tell you. Okay. Start with an Archdruid. Now, they're going to remove something. It'll quench ya. Quench does matter here, but we'll go ahead and pay. Okay. It only leaves us with 3 mana, though. 4 mana. One short of doing something awesome. All right, well, I guess we're attacking then. I mean, it's still lethal, right? Okay, cool. I don't know. I would have thought these tablet decks were going to be harder for us, but we had beat, what, already 3 or 4 tablet decks? So, I don't know. And they are countering things and they are killing things. So, like, I don't know what to say. All right, maybe we'll get to see Down in the Valley this game. I think we've only played it once so far this video. Though I think we've at least drawn and or played all of the new and or blue cards in the deck. So that's good at least. And if our Llanowar dies, at least let us draw our 2/3 that makes mana. Oh, well, it's not even in the graveyard. How disappointing. All right, can we beat another mono black deck? Let's find out. They play the room. Oh, Bandit's talent. Yeah, sure. How do we feel? What do we feel about having in the yard? Probably. I kind of want Elrond because maybe there's a way we could draw cards, but I don't see the path to those cards is the problem. Down in the valley, puts another card in hand. I guess it has to be Elrond. That's tough. There's also the possibility of like, okay, I was going to say they just play a duress there, but didn't happen. Weaver. All right, we're just going to go with down in the valley. I feel like opponent's draw was pretty good against our situation, so I don't know where we're headed from here. All right, are they just going hard on the discard? Is that their plan? It sort of feels that way. Huh. If so, do we want to make them just exile the bandit's talent? All right, I'm at least going to play Tyvar. And we'll just see what's up. I mean, they might strip our hand or something here. Like, if they do, like... Sure? Man, there's so many sweepers in Standard, I swear. If they don't have a way to get rid of our stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and load up our Elrond now. Okay. Play a land, make an elf. Our elves have vigilance for a moment. I'm just trying to think what I would search for next turn. I think that's it. Well, okay. Opponent, as I was about to attack, opponent gave up. So fair. Yeah, I think our play was just going to be play the Weave Master, pass, leave up Archdruid's Charm. If they were to make us discard, then we just get rid of the Bandit's talent. So we're not taking any extra damage, they're not getting any benefit. And then we'll just make do with what's on the battlefield. Because at that point, we just have a bunch of extra damage that they have to deal with. So yeah, interesting that we survived 2 mono black decks, even with sweepers and such. So I don't know. And down in the valley, I don't know if it did its part or not, but it made a couple bodies. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah, weird games, man. Did this version go undefeated? Okay. Let's have a serious talk for a second. Anytime you see any of us creators have a deck that goes undefeated, X and 1, X and 2, like, know that that's not normal. Like, those percentages won't keep up, right? We could just as well get unlucky where our opponents got unlucky this time or whatever, right? It makes a good headline. It gets people to click on things. And it is factually true. We did go undefeated, but we could play the next, I don't know, however many games that was, 7 games, 10 games. And like the next group of games could just as well be 5-2 or something, right? Or 4-3. So keep that in mind. But winning is winning, and it did do a good job of that. But the other side of the argument is that how often did we see the blue cards make a hugely significant difference, right? Because we could just as well, instead of playing Repulsive Mutation, we play like Defend the Riders, right? To protect a creature or two to get in for lethal, right? Because if we protect something, like let's say we protect like Archdruid alongside Tyvar, that's probably enough to just win the game at that point, right? So that could be good enough. You know, actually, while I think about it, a couple more things I want to throw in about Defend the Rider that makes a difference here. There were a lot of times where if we just had 1 mana open instead of 2, so having the 1 mana does give you more ways to defend things, which is a big deal. Especially, like I said, you could defend something like Tyvar and something. The other big thing to note is, while we did play against several decks that were playing Tablet, the control decks, we didn't really get them casting a lot of inevitable defeats, right? Which is exile stuff or whatever. And when we have Defend the Rider, you can actually make something where it has hexproof. So you can use that to defend Tyvar, which is one of the few ways they have to get rid of it cleanly. So something to think about if you're looking for what other cards to squeeze into this list. We did see the company do a little bit in one game that mattered against the mono black deck, I believe. And we did see this, but I don't know if we actually cast it when we drew it. And we got Elrond once, but he didn't really do anything. Not to say that I think this card's bad. I think the cool part about the 7 mana is that there is a world where you could just start like flickering Dwynen's Elites, or even the like Cantankerous Keepers or whatever. And there's some value to be had there, I think, if you want to do that. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if there's much else we can do with it, but it's neat. Does it say permanent, actually? Yeah, it says permanent. So, I mean, I guess you could reset your Down in the Valley if you really wanted to. Speaking of which, still don't know how I feel about Down in the Valley. There were several times where I was like, okay, it got us a land. And like, if you already have the company out, then getting the land feels cool because then you have more stuff to pump your team. But outside of that, just making like a 1/1 was okay. I mean, I guess it would have been better. We didn't get our actual like passages when we had those, so maybe there's something to that. But I almost feel like if this was some other spell, some other creature, I don't know, something that deals with graveyards, a vehicle, you know, whatever, or there are a bunch of things it could be that could have more value in more games. But that aside, still was decent when we got it. But yeah, I think that's going to be my takeaway from this is this significantly better than Mono Green Elves? I don't know that it is, but we did win a bunch of games. So what do I know, right? Even though, and I guess because the way I'm looking at it is the blue cards didn't really come into play that much, but a couple of times they did. They were the difference in the game. So maybe this version is better. I don't know. I'm on the fence. We're going to have to play some more games to find out. But I'm going to leave this list up over on Moxfield. It's an undefeated elf list, so there you go. But have some fun with that. If you want to check out other decks we have the cool cards from the season, those are there as well. Don't forget, if you want to save some money, if you want to get some free money to go shop over at ManaPool.com, be sure to check our link in the description or in the pinned comment. And you should be over there using ManaPool anyway. It's a sweet spot to go buy your Magic cards. Go check them out. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.